do you have an opinion to a degree of reasonable professional certainty to how much force was reasonable for the defendant to use on Mr. Floyd after Mr. Floyd was handcuffed, placed in the prone position, and not resisting?
Yes.
What is that opinion?
My opinion was that no force should have been used once he was in that position. He was not attempting to resist, and the pressure that was being caused by the body weight could cause positional asphyxia, which could cause death.
Sergeant Jody Steiger, a use of force expert at the LAPD, testified today that Derek Chauvin's use of force against George Floyd was excessive. On the 8th day of questioning in Chauvin's murder trial, the defense zeroed in on the possibility that drugs may have contributed to Floyd's death. During questioning from Chauvin's attorney, the state's lead investigator in the case was shown a clip of Floyd that was from a police body camera on the ground.
Did you hear that?
Yes, I did.
Did it appear that Mr. Floyd said, "I ate too many drugs"?
Yes, it did.
Prosecutors then called Special Agent James Ryerson back to the stand to watch a longer version of the same clip, and that's when his answer changed.
Having heard it in context, you're able to tell what Mr. Floyd is saying there?
Yes, I believe Mr. Floyd was saying, "I ain't do no drugs."
With us now for more is Melissa Murray. She's an NYU law professor and clerk for Sonia Sotomayor during her time on the United States Court of Appeals, and former U.S. Attorney Joyce Vance, who spent 25 years as a federal prosecutor. She's also one of the co-hosts of the podcast Sisters-in-Law with Kimberly Atkins, Jill Winebanks, and Barbara McQuaid. Thank you to both of you for joining us. Melissa, tell me about the significance of today's testimony, because the defense had said from the beginning that what they are going to demonstrate in part is that George Floyd had drugs in his system, and that was enough to kill him. The idea that he had drugs isn't in dispute. What's the value of what we heard today?
Well, again, this goes to show, and this is the defense's point here, that there may have been a number of different contributing factors to what ultimately happened to Mr. Floyd. Many of them may be related to drug use. He could have been intoxicated at the time of the arrest, and that would have led him to be perhaps more combative with the officers, requiring greater use of force, and that would justify the use of force by Officer Chauvin. And more directly, it would go to show that drug use might be a substantial cause of Mr. Floyd's death, as opposed to hypoxia or asphyxiation, which is what the prosecution is claiming. So there's a lot of work being done by the defense today to counter some of the claims that the prosecution was making about how all of this has unfolded.
And Joyce, our viewers may not have been able to distinguish. This is, I guess, the hard part about court cases, and being a jury. The two versions of the tape that were played. One, the defense says that what you can hear George Floyd saying is, "I ate too many drugs." The prosecution said it sounded more like, "I ain't do no drugs." Those two things mean completely opposite things. What do you make of that tape and playing it twice?
You know, it's hard to assess, Allie, because we're not able to see the jury's reaction. But I think it's safe to say that the defense hurt its credibility a little bit today with this stunt. And they were able, I think that they were a little bit surprised by Special Agent Ryerson's answer when they boxed him a little bit into giving this really negative interpretation to George Floyd's words. The prosecutor did not look very happy when he got back up for the redirect examination, played the slightly longer version of the tape, which caused the special agent to correct his earlier testimony. You know, long run, does this change the outcome of the trial? Probably not. The prosecution cleaned it up. The real question is whether the jury will hold this against the defense and whether it will diminish their credibility, because ultimately the defense will ask the jury to credit its account of the facts and what occurred that day, and to have some faith in what they will say Officer Chauvin did. They need for their credibility with the jury to be high. They heard it today.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.